Okay, welcome back, Chase Payne podcast. We've had some fun getting this episode going today. I messed up the sound, so we're running a little bit late, but we have two guests back that joined us on the podcast Arnold episodes, Lewis and Britt. Thanks for coming back, guys. Thank you so much, and for hanging around while I sorted out the sound. So thank you.
No
Good
problem.
to be
No
back, is it?
problem. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, good,
Is that
good. Well, listen, look, I kind of want to reflect on the Arnold's journey. Spoke to you before. I watched you both perform. Actually, on the day, Lewis Wedder, we shared a conversation. Britt, I watched you perform a couple of workouts. I watched the one at Max Snatch. And you know what? Before we get into that, really, I just want to get your thoughts on how cool were the judges and how cool was the
Yeah.
event? Like it was
Yeah,
great, wasn't it?
everyone was brand new.
Yeah, it was really well run.
Yeah, it was so much fun. And every judge that I spoke to, like the energy they bring to the table. And what a difference it makes, doesn't it? When you're going up and you're a bit nervous, especially for the first workout, what a difference they make. So I want to shout out to all the judges, all the helpers, volunteers, obviously Rick, Stella on the MC that smashed it. Zach, the DJ, by the way, the tunes were banging.
Yeah, Zach's always so good.
Yeah,
He
he
is.
always brings it well.
Yeah, he's incredible. So yeah, I just want to start off really by saying thanks to everyone that helped set it up on that whole weekend and what they delivered. They really bring the energy, and it's hard to do that, isn't it? Every single workout with every single athlete.
Yeah.
You know, the fist pumps were there, and they really put me at ease a lot. So I wanted
Yeah.
to shout them guys out. Was there any judges or anyone that stood out for you on the day that you had an experience with that we can celebrate?
I think all of my judges were actually really nice. I don't know if I had the same judge like for more than one workout. But they were all really nice. And like as you go through your workout, your judge is actually the one like cheering you on. It's like you've got your own little cheerleader on the floor with you. But yeah, no, they're all really nice.
Yeah, they were so cool. And last time I was there 2 years ago, I had the same judge every workout, but this time I had a different judge. I think I had the same judge once, but otherwise it was different on every single workout. Different personalities, lots of fist pumps, and they really did get me through a couple of workouts. Wow, it did get dark, didn't it? But it was really exciting, and
Yeah.
the atmosphere there, it was just incredible. For you, Lewis, what was kind of how did you find the atmosphere and things? How was it for you?
Yeah, fantastic. Obviously, there's when you compete, there's obviously some rigs that are bigger than others, but having like 15 in a lineup, and there's obviously 15 on the other side as well. Like, I mean, when they say 3, 2, 1, go, you don't see a thing. The blinkers are on. But like having that lineup of like all the athletes there, it just adds so much to it. And obviously, like people cheering on, but yeah, it's kind of cool knowing that like you're in this like stacked lineup and everybody's out there just like doing their best and doing their thing. That really like added a lot of fuel to it for like me enjoying it.
Yeah, decent. Last time I was on the other side of the rig. This time I was on the right-hand side, and you've got the big pillar in the middle. So when you look up and you're trying to look around and see where you are in maybe mid-race, I couldn't see anyone. It was just like, I didn't know where I was. I don't know if that was
Yeah.
a good thing or a bad thing. How did you find the rig? I found it jumping up for the toes to bar and the gymnastics. I found that quite challenging. It was moving quite a lot, wasn't it?
Especially
on a
like when you're
second.
doing chest to bar, your chest just misses them all.
Yeah, definitely. Like I was like looking up, trying to like for my first bar
Yeah.
muscle up, and the rig's doing this, and I'm like,
Literally.
I'm gonna miss this.
I've
The
heard
rings
a lot
weren't
of
too
people
bad. I
saying
don't
the
think there
same
was
thing.
anything happening on that, but also like there wasn't a lot of like room up and down, so you had to make sure you got on at the right swing with someone.
Yeah.
But yeah, you literally was looking up, going, ready, steady. You're not going to yell like a swing. Go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It didn't affect the performance, so it didn't affect anything. It just,
no, it was
you
just
know,
a split second thing.
Rick just said it was part of the workout, the known and unknowable, right? And
Yeah,
deal with it. Deal with it. So on the day itself, guys, obviously, looking back now, reflecting, the first thing I want to ask is, when we first finish a competition, we feel X, whatever that is. And then a week or two later, we feel Y, as in we always feel a bit different maybe about it. And that's the first question to you guys really is after that first hour or two after the event, we will always ask questions straight away. But how do you feel from leaving the event within the hour compared to how you feel about it now, Britt?
Um, I guess
Or is it the
like
same? I don't know.
yeah, you you still like for me, like I did a lot better than I was expecting. So I think like on the day I was like really pleased about it. But then like looking back, I was like, you know what? I was actually really proud of that. Like it actually like gave me time to like let it sink in. Um, but yeah, I think you can definitely get like post comp blues. But I think it was hard. It was a hard weekend because like most people are doing Arnold's and quarterfinals. So it's like as soon as Arnold's done, your mind
Yeah,
is like suddenly on quarterfinals. So you kind of like one thing to the other, and then like after a few days, you can like actually process it.
yeah, for sure.
Um, but yeah, I think looking back at it, I was definitely more like happy with my performance than what I had realized like on the day. Which it is a nice feeling.
It is, and you earned that by all the hard work you put in. Lewis, for you, did you finish up and after that hour or two, do you feel different then to how you do now about it?
Yeah, probably like a bit of the opposite to like what Britt said, to be honest. Like after it, like immediately after, I was like pretty like annoyed and frustrated. Because I actually minus the snatch, I got my first two lifts like pretty hunky dory and happy, and then I spent the rest trying to like hit a certain lift, and that was the only thing that kind of went wrong for me in the day. But everything else almost went better than okay. Like it went better than it ever
Right.
could have in training, which once I'd had the later time to reflect on why, I was like, oh, that actually went really well for me. But 1 or 2 hours after it, because that never stacked me on the leaderboard, I was fizzing about it. 'Cause I was like, wow, like I've done everything pretty well today and it's still not good enough. So it was one of those, like, it was a humbling effect, I think. Bittersweet was what I called it when I posted after, because, bitter about how I did, but sweet because it actually went really well.
Yeah, good man, good man. Yeah, and like I say, I watched a couple of your workouts, guys. It was so good to see you on the dance floor, giving it your all. Was there any workouts that you'd kind of done before, or even partially done before, and you had an expectation in your head of how you would feel during a workout, and then on the comp floor, you're in the middle of the workout and you're like, shit, this feels different. Brett, anything for you? Any
I
moments
bet it's
where
the
like,
same
Yeah.
workout, but
I think it was workout 1. I
yeah,
yeah.
think
everyone, workout one.
the thrusters were so different to warbles. Like I practiced the warble one, and like I was like, okay, this actually isn't too bad. Like, gonna survive it. On the day, I read like after the workout, I just redlined I just couldn't get my body to like cool down and like actually just get back to normal. And I was like, I think I've screwed myself over for the rest of the day. But in that workout, the last round of dumbbell thrusters, I was like, I do not want to pick up these thrusters at all. Like, I don't want to touch this dumbbell again.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, that workout got really hard, really fast. Definitely a lot harder than I thought.
Yeah, everyone I spoke to said exactly the same thing about workout one, changing those wall balls to the thrusters. And a lot of people in the practice and the week leading up to it who had done the workout or even half done it, they'd managed it at a certain speed. And a lot of them were like, okay, well, it's only thrusters. I can still do this, but it just makes it so different, doesn't it?
Yeah.
For you, Lewis, how was it, dude?
Yeah, it's just exactly the same as Brit. Like, luckily, like, because I was a few heats in, I was like, right, everybody here is clearly hitting this in a 7.5. Um, like, because the wall balls, like, when I practiced it, we've done it through unbroken at the right pace and similar to Brit. I was like, right, like, this is hard on the legs by the time you get to the second lunges at the end, but you can get through it. And then the thrusters, I was like, on the last set, I'm like looking at the dumbbells in the middle of a workout, like, I don't want to pick these up. And I'm like, how am I having this thought process on the Arnold floor? This is absolutely terrible. But I'm like, I don't want to do this. um, and then getting on that bike at the end, like, I'm like getting on and then pedaling as hard as I could. And I look up and the cadence is at like 6 to 8. And I'm like, this is the worst day of my life.
Yeah, yeah. Oh no, dying.
Yeah, but it was funny because it wasn't just you. You might have felt in that moment that it was only you looking at dumbbells, because we always think, oh my God, everyone's always doing better than what I'm doing, right?
Yes.
But it was everyone. Everyone was like just
Oh
looking at
yeah.
the dumbbells and just really struggling with them, especially towards the end. But it really did change that workout. But you know what? You did do it. You did finish it. And a lot of people after the first workout were cooked. They were done, and they said the same thing as you, Britt. They were like, "I don't know how I'm going to get through the rest of these workouts."
Yeah.
The thrust has just changed it so much, but they did. A lot of them did say it did affect their other workouts, and they didn't perform to what they expected to. They're not blaming the first workout, but they were saying that, and that took me to a place maybe I pushed too hard, and it did ruin them for the rest of the day. It really did.
It's hard though, because you have to push hard. Like, in
Of
order
course
to
you
do
do.
well, you
Yeah,
actually, like, you just have to suck it up and like just push through it. And I guess, like, I mean, you kind of assume that everyone is pushing hard as well. So like, everyone at the end of the day, everyone's in the same boat. So everyone's going into the other workouts like just as fatigued. I think
yeah,
also with the first one, you're really nervous as well, and like you have
Yeah.
adrenaline like just pumping through your
of course
veins, so
you
you
do.
go
Yeah,
like that much harder.
yeah.
So I think, like, with the workout being how it was, I think having the nerves and the adrenaline at the start of the day made it that much worse.
Yeah, yeah. No,
The
agreed,
nerves
agreed.
were the nerves were high on that first bike because you could every heat, every single person is like
How fast you
trying
go
to
on the
make sure
first
they
Yeah,
bike?
get
yeah.
they're
How
not
fast
off
you
last,
go?
they're not first. I didn't book it. I was like, I'm not getting pulled into this, otherwise I will not complete this
Britt,
workout.
did you go too fast or?
No, I think I paced it right, but there were some girls that got off before me, and I was like, "Oh no, they're getting off," and then you kind of like
I
panic
had
a
that.
little bit, and you're like,
When I got on the bike, so usually I'd start the bike. Obviously, it starts at 0, and that's when if I want to complete something in, so 15 cows in say 40 seconds, right? And when I start, that's when I start my clock. But so the judge pressed start. Obviously, I haven't moved, so the clock's already ticking, but the workout hasn't begun yet. So then I start the workout. I'm already 8 or 9 seconds in when I haven't started. And midway through, I get a bit of my mind's like, how's that taking me 55 seconds? But obviously, and then I started going quicker
Yeah.
because I thought I was behind. I'm like,
"I
oh my God.
know."
But I wasn't. But I didn't really work that out till afterwards. I'm like, why'd that happen? But it was because the clock was already running on the bike before obviously I started moving. But these are little things in a competition that are different. We got to get used to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exciting day. That snatch workout, so the 1 rep max snatch, for me, I really struggle with a snatch. I mean, I know you guys went in and smashed the lifts, and obviously you had a game plan. Did you stick to your game plan, Lewis?
Yeah, I mean, so the plan of my snatch was like I've been in training. I can always get up to 95 pretty consistently before I have any misses or consistent misses. So I was like, right, I wanted to open heavier, but I was like, that's the safe bet. So I've got one on the board and the nerves will go away. So I hit that
Sure.
and I hit 100, and that was 1 minute and 10 seconds in. And I was like, right, pressure's off. I feel great. And then I just spent the remainder of the 5 minutes missing like 105 by an inch.
Oh
And
no.
I didn't get
No.
annoyed. I was just like, try again, keep trying again. And I was like, I'm bound to hit this. And by the end, I just didn't. And again, that 1 minute timer was like, I'm going to have to just remove that from thought and crack on. But what was nice is that the third workout went exactly how I planned it out. Like our plan was basically, even though the RX guys had the opportunity to come down, we practiced it without coming down in the in between. So it was just go to the end,
Brilliant.
turn around straight away, kick up, and just like kind of very snail plod the box overs, catch your breath, and then as soon as you're back on the handstand walk, like get it done, and then back and slow on the boxes. And that was the plan, and it went well. And I got fairly far into the devil's press, which was far more than I'd got into the in practice training. So
Good
yeah,
man.
the third workout went exactly as I would have hoped, and that was the one I was most happy with from the day.
Love it. That 1 minute transition, how quick does that go? So I had planned to try to get my lift in, so I still had I'd have 2 or 3 minutes because I know I can't lift heavy, but I wanted to get a half decent score on the board for me. But it just flies by. I didn't even get my grips on. I didn't even get them on because I was doing toe to bar, so I couldn't even get my grips on. I didn't have
No.
time. I just panicked, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
trying to
I
be
didn't put
calm in
lifters
that
on or
moment.
anything.
Yeah, just I like an A and a B workout because it does take you from this like, max lift to, okay, now we've got 60 seconds to prepare, plan. What am I doing for this? Got to get my grips done. I've got to change my shoes. So there's a lot going on in that 60 seconds. I found that
Yeah.
really challenging personally. So Britt, the Snatch workout, I actually watched that workout. I've got a great slow motion video that I've got to send you.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, really cool video. So I'll send that through to you. Were you happy how you executed it?
I think I was. So I actually went into Arnold's with like a bit of a bad back. So I think like on the day it was kind of like didn't know how my back would like be in some of the workouts. I think especially with the snatch, just because like pulling from the floor, that was like my most uncomfortable like position on my back.
Yeah.
But I think in the warm up area, it was not going to plan at all. It was like
Oh, right.
everything felt really heavy, and I was like, oh no, I'm gonna snatch like below like my like minimum numbers. And it was kind of like, okay, well, it is what it is. I need to score on the board. And then I think like it's one of those ones, as soon as like the workout starts, adrenaline kicks in, like pain just disappears and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, I can actually do this. So I think I was happy with what I lifted. I mean, like it wasn't a PB, but it was just below a PB. So I was kind of like happy with that. I think what did surprise me is, so I think like I got an 80 kg snatch, and for me, like that's definitely the higher end for females. But then I was hearing like everyone announce like what all the other girls are getting. I was like, they're getting like 83s, like 85. It's obviously Sarah got 90. And it's like you can see how like the strength levels have just like leveled up a lot. And it's like now
Yeah.
80 is just becoming such a normal number. So
Yeah.
like for me now I know that okay, I can't like bank on my strength only. Um but yeah, I think that one, even handstand walks, like that workout was just like risk management. I'm not the strongest or the fastest on handstand walks. So I was kind of like, okay, I'll just get through this workout as best I can. Um, but yeah, the minute I practiced in training, just doing like whatever my snatch piece was for the day, and then resting a minute, and then going into the handstand piece. And I didn't even get my shoes on, like, within the minute. When I was practicing it, I was like, "Oh, no." So I knew that on the day I had to stop snatching, like, maybe 30 seconds before the time it actually stopped, just so I had time to change my shoes. Because in practice, I went over the minute completely. Um, but yeah, I think that workout was kind of like, "Okay, it is what it is." Like,
Mm.
it was better than what I thought it was gonna be, but obviously, that one was kind of just, it was my best workout.
It sounds like a massive window because 1 minute, literally, you're practicing in a more area. We know what it's like behind there. We know the anxiety. We know people, are really trying to build up to a nice lift where they can go and hit the platform well, ready for that first lift they've planned. And if you've gone into that, thinking, wow, I'll take X or Y, and then you still go
Yeah.
and hit something. I don't know what it is. It's just, the music goes on, DJ hits some big tunes, right? And the crowd, just that whole emotion. I find it. I don't know about you guys. I find it quite an emotional experience. I really do. I think it's fantastic. It's something you
Yeah.
can't buy, and I don't know. It just feels so good. But you've gone from backstage struggling, coming out and delivering,
Yeah.
and there's no answer to why that happens. It's just it's just the miracle of the dance floor, I guess.
Yeah.
I think it's almost like as soon as you get on the comp floor, you actually just stop thinking about everything.
You do, yeah.
So I think, like, sometimes when you overthink things, you obviously perform worse, and then, like, your body knows what it needs to do. So I feel like on the comp floor,
Trust it.
when, like, everything is just, like, you're in, like, la la land, you
Yeah.
get to perform, your body just does what it needs to
Rick,
do.
you were you are ferocious on the dance floor. Like you are so like zoned in and locked in. It was scary to watch. I was behind. So I don't know Dan, but I was behind him when he was there, and he was locked in as well. It was incredible to watch. Yeah, it just you could see it meant so much, and yeah, it it was such a cool vibe to watch that. But you are fully locked in in the zone. Yeah, it was
I'll
proper.
take that, thank
It was
you.
proper scary, but in a good way, in
Yeah.
a good way. Did you have any moments, guys? I did, and I want to ask whether you guys did or not, where you're on the dance floor, you're working out, and you take a moment to embrace it, enjoy it. So I'm saying you're laser focused in that snatch. In other workouts, obviously, I know you're locked in, but do you try to also enjoy it and look around and look at the people that are cheering you on? I looked at my wife and my daughter when I during the toaster bar, give them a smile and little thumbs up when I got down. I tried to enjoy it as well. Lewis, did you find yourself trying to suck it in, or are you also just locked in?
Yeah, like before 3, 2, 1 go, yeah, and after 3, 2, 1 stop, yeah. But during it, I find it difficult to I look around and just see like faces, but I'm not there. There was one moment where I probably came back to reality during the handstand walk workout, and it was because obviously there was a small gap for kicking up. I don't know if you experienced that small
Yeah.
gap when you were kicking up as well, but as I was going up, I was like, I'm 5'7", like I'm like one of the shortest athletes here, and I'm having a tough time fitting this. How are these big guys? And like my fiance and our pal, like I was trying to nudge the gate back and they were trying to help. So I
Uh,
had a bit of room. And that was the only moment where we had a little flicker of laughter and we were like, oh, haha, yeah, like I've barely got any space here. And then that was it. That was the only time where I wasn't like, couldn't see anything. And it's not
nice.
out of being serious. It was just, I don't know. I can't look elsewhere if there's not a lot
Yeah.
of time for things to be done.
I did do it. I mean, I did it consciously. I was go in there. I knew I wasn't gonna. Didn't think I was gonna podium. I just felt as though I just felt maybe a bit more relaxed this time around, and just really tried to enjoy it
Yeah.
and just take in certain moments. I'm not talking about the whole time I'm looking around having a laugh at people, but there were moments when I did mid workout box jump overs, have a look over, just a little smile, and they can see when I'm going through. I mean, during the devil press, I'm facing them during the devil press at the end. You got 5 or 6 to go and you are in the pain cave and they're screaming. And as you come up, the emotions on your face and they can see the pain you're going through. And I'll try and give them a grimace of a smile. I'm okay. Like I'm enjoying it. It was really, really cool. It was really cool. Britt, how about you? Because I know you're laser focused. Did you have any moments where you looked around and just enjoyed it?
No. I
It's
think for
just
me,
me.
like when you walk on the floor, like it's more like I think definitely after when the workout's done and like you on the floor, and it's kind of like it is nice when you have your like whoever's coming to watch you in your lane and they kind of
Yeah,
like I don't know give you a high five like after the workout. I think that there was a kind of a
it's
moment
cool.
to actually like take it all in and marry the girl in the lane next to me. I knew her from before, and it was kind of like her partner was also there. We took a picture on the comp floor, so I think that it was nice. You kind of like get to enjoy the moment of being on the comp floor, especially with like all these women around you. Um, so I think that was like the one moment where you actually like get to take it in. But yeah, when you first come on the common floor, like all you're thinking about is how to like execute the workout.
Mm.
But yeah, I guess once the workout's done, you can take it in a bit more.
I think a lot of that is maybe because I've always done it, but maybe just a bit of that's how I deal with the pressure. Maybe I kind of try to not hide from it. That's just how I express it. Is just by having a bit of a laugh and a joke during the workout as well. And also, yeah, just trying to. So looking back now, I remember those moments, and it's quite special. So I want to talk devil press, guys. I do want to set up a conversation just about these devil press. So when I spoke to Steve, he said he originally had them planned for the beginning of the workout,
I love
and he
that bit.
changed it to the end of the workout. So the first question is, would you have preferred them at the beginning, or were you happy with them at the end? I would rather them at the end just to get them done at the end. And how did they feel? How heavy did those dumbbells feel? I mean, how was it for you, Lewis?
Uh, I mean, I wouldn't be. I wasn't happy that they were at the end, but I definitely would have preferred them at the end. Instead, if that was at the front, that would have been just 20 for time. That would have been an AMRAP.
Yeah.
Uh, but no, they were pretty nails. But it was kind of like they were as hard as they were expected. Like
Yeah.
I felt like when I was like Devil's Press doesn't matter where you put them or what they're mixed in with. They're a very like gritty,
Ugly grunt
ugly
work,
Yeah.
isn't it?
movement. It does not move smooth no matter how good you are at them. And
Mm.
so it was one of those when I picked them up, I was like, yeah, this is hard, and every rep's getting harder, but it's exactly as hard as they've ever been. So it was an expected hard. It wasn't like a shock to the system. But
Yeah.
and the shoulders were a bit cooked, so that made
You
it a
know
little bit
what?
more
One
challenging.
athlete made them look like knife through butter. MD Gooch absolutely smashed it. Honestly, she's a beast. She is so fit and so strong. Watching her go through those reps, it was just insane. I didn't see anyone else. You know, when you go into devil press, you have you swing a little bit just to get a bit of momentum. She's
Yeah.
gripping and ripping
Oh, wow.
every single rep. No pause at the bottom. Oh, I had so much respect for her about that.
I
Honestly,
just
it
have
was
too
so
much
so.
Yeah,
respect for my
definitely.
lower back for that.
Yeah.
It was
Um,
crazy.
Britt, share with me your experience with those devil press.
I think, I actually found that workout harder than what I had practiced. So I think going into the devil's press, I was a lot more gassed than what I thought. But it was kind of like the first 5, I was like, okay, I just have to like move through this. And I was like, okay, I'm actually going at a really good speed. And then when it got to like the 6th and like 7th rep, it was like definitely catching up to me. I was like, oh, like this is actually getting heavy now. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think I definitely would prefer them at the end. Yeah, starting with them, it's just like I guess it just fatigues everything, and then you wanna, like, handstand
Yeah.
and walk after that.
It's game over, isn't it then?
Yeah.
And it's funny how you said, you've done the first few at speed. I thought the same until I watched the video back that my wife took while I was doing it. I watched the video back. During it, I'm like, I'm doing okay. You know what? I'm not pausing at the bottom. Nice smooth. I've got a nice cadence. Well done. Pat myself on the back. You watch it back and it is like going through glue, like
Yeah.
slow motion, but we got it done. We got it done. Um, can you guys share with me maybe something that didn't go well? What was the worst thing that happened over the weekend? What was it you really were either frustrated with, unhappy with performance wise, or something else? Lewis.
I think the reality check is on the 5th workout, the hang power clean. Like cycling that barbell, that's a heavy barbell for
How
me
much was
still.
it for
And
you? Was it 100?
90 for
90?
us. And like I was able to do it, but it was not like, as Britt said, when he was talking about the snatch, just kind of like that strength standard is going up and up and up.
Yeah.
And just knowing that these 90 bars were getting thrown around, like whether people are bouncing them or cycling them well, it was just people were moving them so good and well. And I was really taxed just trying to get through my 5s. So I knew it was coming. I knew like that bar wasn't any different in training, but at the same time, like, yeah, I didn't enjoy that feeling. That was probably, I wouldn't even call it negative. It was just the biggest reality check of the day.
Did you do the whole workout as prescribed in training?
No.
Okay.
So I had like sort of mixed intervals where I would have, like, I think it was something like a 12-calorie row, 8-bar facing burpees, and then the 5 hand power
Yeah,
cleans, and
got
then
it.
an
So you're getting
interval
the
to something
stimulus.
else.
Yeah, I got it.
So
The
I got a
reason why
feel
I
for it,
asked,
but yeah.
I was just wondering whether you hit the same time as what you did it in the training session. That was
All
all.
right. No, didn't do the full thing, so I wouldn't have known that.
Okay, cool. And Britt, for you, same kind of question, really. I mean, just looking back over, you've had 2 weeks to think about it now, and obviously reflect and talk to Dan, the coach. Uh, and also, do you both agree on the same kind of thought process as well? And if so, what was it?
Yeah, I think I knew straight away. I didn't need time to think about it. It was definitely the last workout. I went out way too hard on the first rower. Like in the warm-up area, Dan was like, okay, just pull like a 1300 to 1500. I was like pulling 1700. Then on the last 2 rows, I could only pull like 1100. And I got back on the second rower and I was like,
Uh-oh.
oh no, I've just screwed myself over the rest of this workout. And it's like, it's so quick that there's no like
No
room for
time to
error.
recall. Yeah.
No.
And I think also with just how my back was over the weekend, I had to belt up on the cleans, and a lot of the girls are obviously strong enough to cycle it and like bounce it without having the belt on. And looking back at the videos, I walk up to the bar, stand there, tie to my belt, then like pick it up, and then like mentally prepare to like cycle it, and then start cycling it. And by the time I've done all of that, everyone's like a rep or two in. So it was like, it's one of those ones, it's so frustrating to watch back because at the time you feel like you're moving through it, like you're going through the motions. But like the time it takes to like actually tighten your belt, you lose like so much time.
Yeah.
So now every time I need to wear a belt for a workout, I either just tighten it for the whole workout or I change. I've got another belt that's a little bit quicker, kind of like loosening on and off.
Yeah.
So if I know now, I'm like, I'm never gonna make the same mistake. If I need a belt for a workout, either just keep it tight or like wear a different belt.
It wasn't just you
Um,
though, Britt. A lot of people were doing that. Like they really,
yeah.
um,
But it's like the top girls, like to get a top place, and you needed to be able to
yeah,
go
yes,
straight from the burpees like into the cycling.
yeah.
And like I would like hold my ground for like pretty much to run the burpees, and then I just like they'd get like a rep or two ahead,
Mm.
just literally just the belt and like picking the bar up,
And in
which
that workout, that's all it takes.
yeah,
That is all it
yeah,
takes.
By the time
Yeah,
you
that
got there was so much leg fatigue as well from like the build up of the day. Even like trying to drive everything into the row and pop the bar, like the legs
yeah.
had suffered so much
yeah.
by then.
Yeah, my row also died off, Brit. I think so. I did the full workout in prep and training because that's a good workout for me, and I really wanted to get a gauge of how strong I could push. So in the warm up, sorry, in the practice when I did it, I went out super hot on purpose. 2,500 calories per hour on the row. Got that done in like 27 seconds. That 15 calories because I wanted to feel how round two felt when I went too fast. And I remember that feeling of that was really challenging.
Yeah,
And then on the day, it was like, okay, let's bring that down to 1,900, 2,000. It still was too much after those workouts before, and
yeah,
then it
Yeah.
just dropped off way too much for what I wanted to. I ended up my cadence on my burpees actually went faster than what I thought they could go, which was good.
that's good.
So yeah, that was a fun workout. That was a fun workout. Really enjoyed it. And you know what? I think we knew this anyway. So all the workouts are all, send. They were all
Yeah.
really anaerobic, weren't they? Just really send, commit, hold on, red line. And that's what the Arnold's Fitness Games is also known for, isn't it? Those
Yeah,
fast workouts. Um, how were the rope climbs, guys?
I really like that. I think that workout of the whole day was for me the most fun workout. I
Cool.
think because it's not. I wouldn't say it's particularly like gassy. So you kind of. Well, I think also for me being taught, I really enjoy the rope climbs because I
Yeah,
could
sure.
just do it in one jump.
Yeah.
And someone came up to me after
Lewis
and
is
they're
sat there going, it wasn't for me.
like, someone
Sorry,
came up
Lewis.
to me after and they were like, they're like, oh, she's doing it in one jump. And then someone else said to them, yeah, but she's so tall on the front squat. So like my obviously range of motion is a lot
Yeah.
longer on the front squat. So
Balances
at
out.
least like I'm kind of like, okay, well it balances out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely helped with the rope climbs being able to do it in one.
Yeah, for sure. Lewis, how did you get on with the rope climbs?
They're all right. So no, the rope climbs are good. Like I've got like a pretty decent jump and like pull when it comes to like moving up a leg with rope climbing. Obviously, like in the gym, and that was the flip side of my intervals with workout 5. When I was doing that, so we were
Yeah.
just like jumping back and forth with the rest between the two. But the legless rope climbs were at 15 foot, so like I was used to like more grip fatigue, which was good because it hit me in the last 3, and I'm like, God, I've just got to try and I was just trying to take the calculated risk to do the last 3 reps
Yeah.
and get up. So I was like, I'm not going to fail at 12 foot. I'll just be a little bit more tactful than usual. But again, on the flip side to the front squat, like I was able to cycle through the front squat like very fast. I think I was like onto the 5 rope climbs first in the heat. So I was like gaining time in the squats and losing time in the rope climbs. But like similar to Brit, I think that was the most fun I had
Yeah, me
out of
too.
all the
I agree.
workouts. It was just a very enjoyable workout.
Yeah.
It was. It wasn't one of them red line ones where you are really dying with 20 devil press at the end, or echo bike. It was a really fun workout. It's the first time I've ever done rope climbs in a competition, in fact, for 2 years. Um, And the front squats, did you do the 21 unbroken?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
I did. That literally, that cost me big time.
Did you go unbroken?
Not on the 21 at 9:15. The 21, I'd planned to split and do 11:10, but the plan went out the window. My legs just, I don't know. I felt okay. I don't know. I also had a belt really tight and I struggled to breathe. And that
Oh
was,
no.
it wasn't helping me, you know. Next time I wouldn't wear a belt. But the rope climbs, I was again talking about judges at the beginning. I was having a bit of fun with my judge. I was saying to him, look, mate, I really struggled to wrap my leg around the rope, so I'm going to do it legless. And he went, no, that was a stupid, mate. Like, that's just really like, yeah, your forearms are blow up. I said, look, I'm gonna gamble and give it a go. And he said, don't do it. And then I was like, God, what am I? No, don't do it. I've been practicing, so stick to the practice. But I knew my front squats would be a bit slower. Because if I go too fast, my back does blow up quite a bit. I'm getting old, guys. You know that. So did the 9 front squats, walking up to the rope. I was in like, I think 3rd or 4th place. I was walking up and I just jumped out. I did 4 legless, just like flew up and down. It wasn't high. I could pull up and I ended up doing them all legless. And for me, that was like a massive, massive win for me. I really enjoyed it.
That's good.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
But I broke the 21 front squats up on like, not joking, I think it was 4 sets. That's how bad it
Oh,
was.
yeah.
Is
That's mad.
Killed me.
that forearm fatigue?
Yeah, literally. But no, it was great fun. And it was one of them workouts where you could walk between the rope and the bar and look around a little bit and enjoy it.
Yeah.
You weren't too gassed, really. But no, yeah, a lot of fun. Did you get time to actually go around and have a look at the expo at all?
Yeah, I did at one point. I think there's a bit of a bigger gap between the last workout, I think.
Yeah.
So I walk around. It was so overstimulating though.
There's a lot
I feel
going on.
like, yeah, you kind of walk around to like get out.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So with regards to the overall, so where did you come overall and did you meet your expectations? Let's kind of finish on that really. So like when you were going into it, expectations, and do you feel as though you met your expectations? And if so, like how to make you feel? And yeah, start with you, Lewis.
Yeah, so overall I think I came 22nd in the RX.
Yeah.
So the barbell snatch definitely like dropped me quite considerably with that. 'Cause, I mean, like my mate Reese was in the same heat as me, so we were kind of like having a bit of a laugh and like, you know, like he went 1-0 up in the first one and then 1-1 and it went right up to 2-2 for the last workout and he picked me at the end. Bam.
Oh,
But I got 100 in the snatch, came 23rd. He got 113 and came 4th. Like that's how tight it was.
wow, that's
So there was
crazy.
Yeah.
everyone was stacking over 100, but I think most people got 103 and a few people broke 110.
Wow.
So again, like, you know, that dropped me down quite considerably with that. So like overall like the overall leaderboard didn't meet my expectations, but all the workouts and how I did and how I performed all did.
Brilliant. Good man. Love that, mate. Well done, mate. So massive success, dude, mate.
Yeah,
Thanks
well
so
done.
much. Yeah, that's so cool, dude. You shared your journey before. Obviously, we had a conversation when we on the day itself.
Yeah.
And obviously coming on today, you know, that's been really cool. And I've really enjoyed getting to know you, mate. Watching you live on a dance
It's
floor.
been awesome.
And obviously having a conversation today. Britt, for you, so how was it overall?
Yeah, I came 3rd for
Podium, let's
elite
go.
definitely exceeded my expectations. I think like with the girls I was going up against, I was kind of like, okay, this is just to see like where I'm at in the field, kind of what I need to improve on. So I think for me, that was like, I was actually really shocked at the end. It's one of those ones where like you finish. I think knowing how the last workout went, I was like, I don't really want to know the leaderboard. Like you're waiting for the update, and you kind of like, because I knew I was sitting in like a top position, and I was like, if I get bumped out completely, it's one of those ones where like when you're holding your position for the day, and then like you mess it up on one workout and it bumps you out, and it's
Yeah.
just so disappointing. So I was like, I don't want to know. But then to my surprise, I stayed in the top 3. So I was like, okay, I'll take it. But yeah, I think like for me, it just gives me that extra confidence, like going into
Of
the
course.
comps, going into other comps now, because it's
Yeah.
kind of like, okay, well, I can, like, I do deserve to be there. Like we discussed, like before, I think going into other comps now is kind of like, okay, the work I'm putting in is enough to
Yeah.
kind of be in the elite field. So just again, just building on that, and I think also looking back at all the workouts, I know there's like little things like where I need to work on. So I think also every time you compete, it just gives you that bit of extra
Yeah.
information going into training. So yeah, again, it's just like having that extra information now going back into training of little things that I need to tweak.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think when I first started the day, I was so nervous. Like the night before, I just couldn't sleep. My heart was racing the whole time. And like going through the day, you still get really nervous for every workout. And then at the end, you actually like think about how the whole day went. And then you realize actually that was actually a really fun day.
Mm.
So yeah, I really enjoyed Arnold's.
Good. What was Dan happy? Let's just clarify this. Was Dan happy?
He was. I
Good.
think he was also annoyed though in the last workout. It's like watching the last workout back. I've never been so frustrated watching the workout back. And it's like little things that you know are costing you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of like you live and you learn.
Yeah, you do. You do. And
Yeah,
it's with the way you've explained it there, it sounds as though you're taking all those positives and you're gonna, you're bundling them all up, you're gonna put them all together, and it's
yeah,
just gonna keep making you stronger, and it's gonna increase your competitive value in your game.
yeah.
That's great. No, it's been really cool talking to you as well, Britt, obviously on the pod. I didn't get to chat with you on the day, but I got to see you work out, and I'll send you that video as well of the.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
no, it's a good lift, good video. I do want to say thanks to VXS, our sponsors of the Arnold podcast. They've been brilliant. They were at the event and they had a great day there as well. A really, really popular booth. So if you want to get any gym wear, vxsgymwear.co.uk. 10% discount is code DARC, DARC, capital letters. And for me, this whole experience has been great, just speaking to so many different athletes. And I know I've had so many messages from people that have been listening, that are enjoying the podcast, enjoying the conversations. It means so much. So the guys that are listening right now, thank you so much. Keep the messages coming. I do want to know as well, I'm intrigued as to where people listen to it. Like, are they doing a workout? Are they running? Are they in the car commuting? Is it a zone 2 kind of thing? I'm really intrigued. So if you're listening, let me know where you're listening. And if you are listening right now, you are part of that Chase Payne community, and we're trying to build this community of just celebrating athletes like these two fantastic athletes. And guys, thanks so much for coming on today. Sorry about the struggle getting on today with the sound. We got it sorted in the end. I'm glad you stuck with me.
It's no
Okay.
problem.
And so to finish off with, Britt, what's next for you?
I've got semi-finals event in South
Let's
Africa.
go! Semi-finals!
Yeah, in 21st of May, 21st to 24th.
Nice.
So that'll be good. Yeah.
Good. Well, good luck with that, and we'll keep tabs
Thank
on that
you.
journey. Lewis, what's next for you, dude?
I've got semi-finals in June.
Let's go!
So yeah, I've got the online one in June, which is actually the only two comps that I've signed up for and qualified this year. The Opens managed to overlap it.
2 for 2.
Like 2 for 2. So I'm definitely not doing what I did at Arnold in quarters. So I'm going to withdraw from Castle Games, and I'll be doing semis instead, I think.
Good man. Well, look, guys, thanks so much for following up with me again and kind of discussing how the Arnolds went. It's really told that story and that journey of you as athletes, and also the highs and the lows. And I think it's important that we express that and show that. So yeah, guys, next week we've got big podcast coming up. So for listeners, we have got, well, I've already filmed it, and it's with Tom Kingdon, it's with Phil Roy Peters, and Toby, and they are WFP challengers, and they're going to be talking about the WFP, CrossFit Games, and some other special topics. So make sure you tune in for that. Otherwise, guys, thanks so much today, and we will catch up, I hope, very, very soon. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.